make practice harder. One of the big reasons darts improvement stalls is not because of lack of effort. Most players practice a lot, but they practice at the same difficulty for too long. And here is the important part of this. If your practice doesn't change, your results and outcome also will not change. When people hear about progressive difficulty, because that's what we're going to talk about, they think about drills, practicing, routines, etc., etc. But it's actually a lot more simpler than that. Progressive difficulty means this. As you improve, your practice has to evolve with it. It just has to. Doing the same thing better is not the same as doing harder things. You can get really comfortable about doing something, anything, that just doesn't challenge you anymore. Now, here's a key thing. Comfort feels like improvement, but it isn't. This channel is all about trying to help people like myself and you, beginners to intermediate players, to improve. If you're finding any of this or in my old videos useful, don't forget to subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. This is where a lot of players get stuck. They find something that kind of works for them and then they stay in that realm, that area. They just stay there. I'll give you an example. So you're always aiming at the 20s every session. No change, no direction. 20, 20, 20. Do the same warm-up in the same way every night. Some will practice scores, some will practice targets, but ultimately what I'm talking about is no variance and no changing the difficulty. There's no progression. There's nothing fundamentally wrong with that. But here's the truth. Comfort feels productive, but actually it's hiding stagnation. Ultimately, this catches good players out. Not lazy ones, but committed ones. Improvement only happens when one of these three things happens. It asks more questions, it exposes weaknesses, and it makes misses obvious. When practice feels easy, you never think, oh, why did that dart go there? It never shows you where the control broke down. If practice doesn't stretch you and test you, being in a match ultimately really will. And matches, they don't stretch you gently. Oh no, they will pull you to pieces. Let me show you in this demonstration what progressive difficulty means. Now, this isn't a drill, so you go from 1, 2 to 3. This is you improving over time and then having a different routine to go after. In essence, I'm going to aim for the same target 3 times, but I'm expecting on myself different, better, harder outcomes. We're actually doing now, this is not a drill by any means. This is kind of a visual representation of where we are in our journey. So the first part of this is we're just aiming at the board. It's just the hit one. So all we're doing really here is we're looking to just hit one. We're just looking to hit a 20. We're using that as our target. Now, as you can see, we've not really got much of a plan. We're just throwing, and occasionally we're hitting a 20. So we have the inevitable 26s, 21s, 22s, the rogue 18, and then the rogue 28 in total. So you see, we're not really actually doing what we're meant to be doing. But we're at that level, we're happy because we're just aiming at 20s and we're hitting one every so often. So as your dart journey progresses, what we need to do, we need to kind of then intensify and actually make the training and the practice more difficult. If we progress the difficulty level, we then have something more to aim at. So this is where we go for the next one. So we're looking now to hit it clean. We're looking to hit the 20s clean. We're looking for a bit of a slower tempo, aiming, keeping the darts inside that single 20 and hitting at least 2 comfortably a few times before we move on. Now this is what I mean about making it progressively difficult. When you're aiming at something and you've not really got much of a target, you go, actually, yeah, I've hit one. That's great. Oh, I missed it. Doesn't really matter. But then you go, I'm going to punish myself in a kind of way that if I don't do it, I can't move on from this part of the drill. So I want to hit two cleanly, consistently, not just the first two. We've got to hit it consistently. So I start to care now where that dart lands rather than just going, I care. Right, what do I want? I want two in that section. Doesn't really matter exactly where, but I want two in there. So once we've kind of got that nailed, we're going to progress the difficulty levels again. And again, this is not a drill. This is different stages of our dart journey and how we're going to intensify training, practice, should I say. So now what we're looking for, we're looking to repeat it. We're looking to repeat that same action, the same target, 20 again, but we're looking for the intent to be there before throwing. Now, I'll only stop this drill once I've done a few attempts. I've got two in there. What I want to do is get three in the section that I'm aiming at. And in this case, it's the 20s. I want to get three in there. I want to get two as close together as I can. And once I get two as close together as I can I repeat it? And that's what I mean, the next level up. And this isn't a game to play where you go, oh, I've done one in the 20, then I'll move on to two in 20, then move to three. This depends on where you are in your journey. Now, these ones that you'll see here that I'm throwing now, this is where I'm not happy with what I'm throwing. So I'm not going to leave the oche and I'm not going to leave throwing darts at this 20 section until I'm happy that I've got this nailed. Now, look, you see here, the first one was good, the second one not so good, the third one not so good. Now, there's a payoff in this because this is progressively more difficult. And that's what I mean when I say progress the difficulty. One in, one in, one in. Three in that section. I'm happy I can hit it. Let's move on. You see, I didn't change the drill once. Didn't practice any longer. Didn't copy some routine that I've seen on ChopperDartsUK's video somewhere else. Just changed my mindset of what I felt at this time is good enough. That's how practice evolves without it becoming overcomplicated. I did the same drill. I didn't have to think, what else do I have to do? I was like, okay, when I'm at the beginning of my journey, I was happy just to hit A20 every so often. But then I'm progressing and getting better. I'm like, okay, I'm going to aim up here, but I actually want to hit two, at least in there, every other visit or every visit. I know I'm getting better. I wasn't going to finish my drill until I did that. And then as I got better, I'm trying to progress up the ladder even more. I'm hitting this, but I want a grouping. I want all three darts in here, but I want tight grouping around two of them at least, so I know I'm hitting 60 as a minimum every time I'm at the oche. It's getting further away. And that's where a lot of people go wrong. They try and change things and overcomplicate everything. Also, what you don't want to do is just jump from easy to impossible. Okay, I'm not going to leave the board until I hit 180. If you hit 180 in your whole time playing darts, you're going to be there until you're drawing your pension. Unless you're already drawing your pension, you can be there until Wetherspoons opens at 9 AM. A few examples of kind of jumping from one extreme to another could be shrinking your targets too fast, copying a professional's advice and their drills that they do, that they get paid hundreds of thousands of pounds a year for, and then ultimately chasing perfection rather than progress. Progressive difficulty is gradual. It doesn't have to be dramatic. That difference matters more than people will ever think. There's one simple test you can use to know whether you have to get progressively more difficult training in. Can I do this really easy? Yes. Well, guess what? Move up, change it up, make it harder. Progress to the next level. But remember, just make it slightly harder. Don't go from easy peasy to, oh my God, I can't do it. And somewhere in there, in that gap, that is where you'll notice and you'll see your improvement come from. When you, nearly fell over, fresh air. Maybe I need to improve my footwear. But when you get to a point and you're in that zone and you go, oh, something's changed and clicked, I'm doing this drill a lot easier. Step it up a little bit. Don't go backwards when it's getting a bit tougher. Stick with it. Remember these key things. Comfort will maintain your level. Challenging yourself will improve you. Progression has got to be gradual. And that's how practice keeps working. Let your practice grow with you. And that's it. If this video has helped you in any way, do me a favour, comment below and let me know how. Subscribe, like it, do all of those things. It helps other people find the channel, and guess what? It helps them improve their journey. So look, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate every single one of you. Until the next time, bye.